In the wake of the shooting at Umpqua University in Oregon, the national debate over firearm controls has once again been sparked. While gun control laws are often proposed to reduce or eliminate these events, many of these debates prioritize convenience and sound bites over understanding the root causes of violence. The issue is further muddied by improper data comparison and information gathering techniques, which are often used to drive a pre-designed political agenda, rather than attempting to solve the homicide problem. One of the most significant errors made in identifying the events in Oregon is the comparison of individual nations on a one-to-one basis. This error is particularly egregious since a large event in a single small nation will upend the homicide rate, while a smaller nation will have fewer individual events by virtue of being a smaller nation. The data needs to be normalized before a meaningful comparison can be made. To accomplish this, all advanced, safe European nations that have experienced mass killing events in the past 14 years were placed into a single, unified nation for the purposes of comparison. After normalization, it becomes clear that the EU experiences more deadly events, with 15 killed per event compared to 7 per event in the United States. Furthermore, the total danger from these events is greater in the EU countries, with the EU zone experiencing 933 injuries and 352 casualties to the 473 injuries and 322 casualties in the US. The question arises, is more government security the answer? Gun control laws, improved mental health screening, and background checks have not had any meaningful impact on homicide rates in general, as shown by the EU's experience, particularly with the recent tragic events in Paris. Moreover, these events are difficult to counteract because of their randomness and infrequency. While the ability of the government to identify ahead of time whether or not a small group of men has obtained automatic weapons against their ban is unlikely, the prevention of these events is further hindered by laws that restrict individuals with mental health problems from purchasing guns, which are only as good as those who actively seek help. None of our nations would be willing to subject ourselves to mandatory annual mental health screenings and place our results in central databases. Gun bans, mental health screenings, and other government solutions to protect us from these unpredictable events fall under the classification of security theater. Ultimately, the security of your own self is only possible by engaging in the protection yourself. A society that is given the option to protect itself is not a fearful society, but a prudent one. The victims of Paris were never allowed the option to protect their lives, nor were they fortunate to have armed defenders present or trained combatants to stop the attack before it was too late. Subscribe Libertarian Facts.